Janabek, Alinkanu, Lupe Fiasco.
This bout is...
So they stare into it. These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Just missed with that jab. A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now it's time to put up or shut up.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
Got him with a left jab. And he scores with the counter. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just...
And before they get knocked down, they choose to go down on their own and take a knee.
Absolutely gassed out, didn't know what to do, and hurt on top of that.
You'd like to see more jabs. Good counter punching. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. That hook won't score. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Janabek that last round. Well, this is... Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter shot. If you like defense, you're going to love this fighter. Excellent defense. They stay on the outside. They use their jab efficiently, and they don't take damage.
It's a flat-footed fight.
Hold on, got to cut you off here, Johnny. So much for defensive abilities. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Good counter punch. Good job defending the jab. Perfect counter lands. Trying to land that jab. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Should we be surprised if these two fighters go the distance tonight, considering how much they've emphasized their physical fitness? Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. The jab doesn't quite connect. That uppercut doesn't land. Both men step back for just a moment. Beautiful counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Janabek in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has... Let's get it started in round 3. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Those counter punches have to hurt. So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show him your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use pain over brawn.
That right hook not connected. How about that time counter shot? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
There's a counter shot. You've got someone with that hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Missing with that jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Nice defense on that jab. When are we going to see a jab from these two? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Janabek that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance. Here we go to the 4th round. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
That counter punch caught him clean. They both want a highlight reel knockout. That jab doesn't find a home. Look at the footwork, the hand speed. This is the best that the middleweight division has to offer. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you're in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
A very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
One punch could change everything in this battle. Misses with the straight left. He misses with that straight left. Through the straight left, but it won't score. Nice counter. Nope, that uppercut does not score. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Janibek in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the... On to the fifth we go. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Counter shot lands. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool. This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
What skill being displayed here between these two middleweights. Hold it right there! And now going for the finish. This fight may stop here considering all the bruising and swelling on the face. The referee takes a look and he says, let's get it on. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Halfway through the round and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Both men step back for just a moment. Punch, counter punch. A perfect counter shot. Throws a jab but does not score. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Janibek that last round. Talk about a one-sided three. Here we go in the 6th round. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Defense is not an option for these two. Nice counter shot. That punch is beginning to take its toll. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Well done with that counter shot. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. They have no respect for each other's punching power. Nope, that jab not going to score. Just missed with that hook. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Swing and a miss with the jab. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Janibek in that last round. From this moment forward, he can... Here comes round 7. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power. And did you see that? And at some point, the corner needs to decide we have to protect our fighter. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a break. Whoa, wait a minute! And that was it! That was the big shot we were waiting. And Lupe goes down. One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
That's lights out right there. One, two, three, four, five.
Showing a lot of heart to beat the count there.
Got to waste time. Step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to call you. Walk around the ring. They've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the round.
One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Need to pick things up here in the second half of the round.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen now, it's down to them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactic.
That's a lot of swelling. The referee taking a good look at it. Is he going to stop it? Will this fight continue? No, it will not. They're going to stop it.
I was getting a little anxious there. This is a career-ending fight.
Well, Johnny, complete and total domination, a stoppage victory. How do you rate the performance?